Good morning, Sales Academy fans, followers, listeners, customers, in-betweeners, lurkers, wherever you are, you know who you are. Today's subject, one I'm really passionate about, and it goes right the way back to why Sales Academy was started in the first place, right? And that is that so many people avoid sales. So many people are afraid of sales. They do everything, absolutely everything they can to word it differently. Oh, it's promotion, it's this, it's that, it's all these other things. And it's like, we need to get comfortable and really, really embrace sales because the world needs it. I talk about this quite a lot. The bricks that built your house, the food that you eat, the clothes you wear are all the back of a sales conversation at some point. So just understand the importance of it, the need of it, and also the beauty within it. It should be an enjoyable process for both parties, right? So, with that in mind, today's subject, today's musing. Stop closing, start opening. Stop closing, start opening. Even in the last 2 weeks, I've had two companies talk to me about the need that they have with closing. And it's like we're generating all these leads and all this sort of stuff and blah blah blah. We need help closing. And I'm like, every single time it kind of makes me laugh, and at the same time, there's a sadness in it because it's it's always brought to me as if it's the magic bean. It's like if I could just get them to, master this closing, they'd be so good at it. And it's like they'd be so good at sales. But if you're totally reliant on a manipulation tactic right at the end, if your entire business is based on whether you can get away with something, whether you can force people to do one or the other, an alternative close, whatever it might be, it's like let's lean into the goodness of what you do and why people are actually having conversations with you. Because let's keep it real. They have a need for a product or service, and they're gauging whether or not you have the product or service, and then they're gauging whether or not you have the relationship with them so they can trust you to actually deliver on what you say, right? So your marketing and all your advertising or your promotion is promising what you do, it's demonstrating, it's showcasing, it's all that great stuff that wins hearts and minds. Why ruin it then with a shitty tactic at the end of your sales? Because being a good human in sales is what helps, right? It's the longevity, it's the simple stuff. And what I mean by stop closing, start opening is one, stop focusing on trying to close the thing down to an end because everything is just focused on that transactional piece of one sale. I'm interested in a customer for life. I'm interested in the lifetime value of a customer, the lifetime relationship of a customer. I want to know about their kids going to university in years to come, That's the kind of stuff that switches me on because I want to hang out with people in business that I want to hang out with. I don't just want to do business with people that is a transactional thing. There's nothing in it. I've talked, there's other podcast episodes. Go and have a listen to that one. Is it, are you looking for a one night stand or a loving relationship? It's all those kind of things. So is start opening the conversation, start opening the relationship, stop trying to close it down to a certain point where you can manipulate, you can win, blah, blah. Start opening by having really good opening conversations, ask questions, be unafraid to get metaphorically naked with people, encourage them to do the same, right? It's like, let's really look at all of the challenges because that surface level stuff they're talking about, they'll tell anyone. Have the patience and the caring deeply enough to go to cause, not to symptoms, right? Stop selling on symptoms, stop closing on symptoms, and start opening up the relationship and opening up the opportunity and opening up the conversation for more than a single transactional sale. How can you serve them better? Because they can get what you offer, what you have, product or service, from 10 a penny. You are not unique. I'm sorry to break it. You are not unique. What you do is not unique as a product or service. How you serve your customers through and with, alongside that product and service, that's the gold. That's the shit that really matters. That's what you want when you're treated by somebody. You want to be treated with respect, kindness, support. You want challenge. You want to make sure your thinking and your decision making as good as it can be in the time when you need it. It's all of that stuff that you need. And that is a partner that's helping you buy better rather than trying to sell you something or close you on something that you're not sure whether you want or not. And then you have to go and have a shallow bath afterwards because you feel dirty. This is a bit that pisses me off so much about my not just my industry in terms of sales as an industry, but the sales trainers and the people around. It's like they are teaching tips, tricks, gimmicks, manipulation. It's like the Andrew Tate of the business world bullshit that I despise. And it's everything why Sales Academy was set up to tackle and defeat, right? And to raise a louder voice. It's like love over hate, right? Let's raise a louder voice of the good aspects of relationship building, caring enough, asking questions, diagnosing, challenging their thinking, stopping them, slowing them down to speed them up, really expanding their breadth of thought, finding solutions, all of the really good, enjoyable, sexy stuff that comes with good conversation, open questions, closed questions, probing questions, drilling down questions, rhetorical questions, whatever. But just try and avoid the leading ones, right? Stop trying to think that you're the guru or the expert that knows what they're thinking. You don't. Understand that not all buyers understand what they want, but you're not the freaking guru either. Just care enough to ask and be confident enough to turn around and go, do you know what? We're not for you. From everything that we've discussed, I don't think we're right for you, but I do know someone that could be. And be that person that's built a network, which is your net worth, to be able to refer somebody to. Because rather than trying to grab that piece of business, even though you know deep down you're not going to be able to deliver on it, be the kind of guy that goes, no, thanks. I really like the idea. I really like the project. I really like you guys, but I don't think we're the best to serve you. I am going to refer you to somebody I think that could do the job better. Now that is counterintuitive for a lot of salespeople because it's all about close, close, close. And again, the companies I'm fun and I'm finding it funny and frustrating at the same time that so many companies are so transfixed on leads, 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 leads. It's like if your sausage machine is broken, or if all you're doing is putting the ingredients in there and you're trying to turn your sausage machine, which is old and cranky and it's not functioning properly, and more importantly, you don't have people trained on what to do with the output, you're wasting money on leads. I remember like Brad's 5 ways in Action Coach, the last thing we do is develop leads because you get the leaky bucket, you get the sausage machine working well, you put less effort in the top, you get more results out. So understanding the importance of sales training, understand the importance of the process of sales, the activity required in it, the measure and the test and the conversion rate side of it, but then also understand the behaviors, the psychology, the relationship building skills, that you're not in it for a quick shag. You are trying to make a loving relationship. How are you training your guys to shift from that door knocker to account manager, right? The hunter to the farmer, whatever you want to call it, all these horrible terms that used to be about and still are, unfortunately. How are you teaching, supporting, educating, demonstrating to your team that the best way to do this is to care enough to help this person make a good decision for them? Now, invariably, the more we do that, it will also be a good decision for us as a salesperson, as a company. But if you've only got one opportunity in your pipeline this month, it's no wonder you're trying to nail them to the freaking floor with closing. If you're looking at your leads with a mindset of, oh, they're all shit leads, if someone's genuinely inquired, they're not going to be shit. I hold the mirror up and go, actually, it's your attitude that's probably shit. It's your reaction that's probably shit. I don't sit there. Nobody sits there and goes, "Oh, I'm going to inquire on a website. What for, love? Well, I've just got nothing else to do." That's like going to a car garage on a Sunday because you're not going to buy a car because you're a tire kicker. You're just going to waste the afternoon just looking at cars for no particular reason because you're not going to buy one. How stupid is that as a thought? But that's the kind of attitude that exists within the car sales world. The tire kickers, they're pram pushers. At no point are they going to be held accountable by their sales manager or their leadership team to go, actually, the problem exists in you. Now, how can we support you to be a better version of you, a better salesperson, more commercially savvy, more psychology aware, more behaviors aware, more led by your heart to help people make the best decision possible because the reputation you build and the word of mouth and the ease of sales comes after all that stuff. Stop trying to ram a square peg in a round freaking hole, people. Come and have a conversation about how you and your team and your business, but also your leadership team, your management style, your outlook to sales, and your internal shit that you've got going on about whether you're good at this or not is creating huge problems down the line. That's what I get out of bed for. Because nobody comes into your work to do a bad job. But do we nurture them? Do we support them? Do we care enough? Do we challenge them? Do we champion them? Do we celebrate them? Don't just focus on shitty incentives that do a short fix, right? How do we get them to care deeply enough about the product and the service that you cut them in half and they bleed what you do, right? Because they're loyal, they're bought in. And when they're passionately sat in front of somebody talking about it, they're not just vomiting products, features, and benefits, you know? They're talking about the customer's issues, their challenges, and not just trying to jump in every time. Like, yeah, we can do that. We can do that. If you were with us, we do. Shut up. Ask questions and listen and go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. The Honda principle, right? Keep asking questions and they'll answer them. And then when they get to a point where they ask you a question like, okay, so how would this work if we were working with you? What would it be like if we were working with you? Now the emotion is in that question from them that they're genuinely interested. That's not the time to go, salesman. That's the time to go, okay, cool. Let me walk through some things with you. Let me show you a little bit about how we do things, but also how we don't do things, what we do accept, what we don't accept. All right, be bold enough to claim your stake. You're in the ground. Become the best version of you can be, and allow your team to become the best version of them they can be, and work with the team that get that to be able to nurture that out of them. Yeah, there might be casualties along the way because some people just won't want to make it. Some people would just want to be either lazy fat cats or they want to be the door knockers that just throw grenades in and then you have to spend thousands of pounds on a customer service team to rectify the problems. You don't want either. You don't want lazy order takers. All right. Salespeople are active. They're proactive. They develop their own database. They develop their own relationships, their own network. They bring that asset. They are an asset to your business because they are an income generating element to your business, primarily the only income generating element to your business. So if their attitude is, oh, the leadership or this shit or that shit, it's like, just check in with yourself. Is that an attractive trait? Would you want to do business with that individual? There you go. Sorry, it was amusing. It's turned into a bit of a rant. And I'm not sorry, actually, because it's important. So it's staying as it is. It's unedited. It's going up. Stop closing, start opening. Open questions, open conversations, open heart. Be the person that will help them make better decisions. The more you do that, the better they will choose you, the more often they would choose you. Peace out, guys. Have a great week. Love you all. See you soon.